Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So today is Feb 5th, and keeping with the theme of this month, I'm going to continue with Go with the Flow, and the flow seems to be yielding. Today's dose of Rashmi is unconscious intelligence gets jealous and envious of others. Wisdom, on the other hand, is realizing that you are complete within yourself as is, and then striving towards what you care from that place of complete inner alignment. So I am today here at Thapa Institute. I just got here, Thapa Institute in Patiala. I am here because we are doing a workshop tomorrow, a full day workshop, which is more around the core philosophy of seeds around using AI to drive sustainable green energy transition. So part of the workshop will be the conscious AI use and what I covered in the IIT Madras workshop 2 days back about being conscious leaders in the age of AI. And the rest of the workshop is going to be focused on SDGs aligned with decarbonization and move towards net zero. However, coming back to the dose of Rashmi and why I feel that it is aligned with the go with the flow, and the flow seems to be guiding me towards what I'm engaged in right now. Because the insight started with Sadhguru's insight for today, which was the fundamental nature of jealousy and envy is a feeling of inadequacy. If you were really blissful, you would not be envious of anyone. And that's how I arrived at the dose of Rashmi that I shared with you. The main thing about the dose of Rashmi that unconscious intelligence always compares and gets jealous and envious of others. That is the race dynamic that we see today, as I have been talking about in this series, that the current AI future projection is all about races of different degrees, and they all end up in a dystopian outcome. And what I have been trying to drive towards is a future that's more around use of AI as a conscious grid, as a shared public infrastructure that drives shared prosperity for all of humanity. And that's what I've been calling conscious grid. So that is the journey from intelligence to consciousness that would come about when we can stop being jealous and envious of others. That automatically takes care of no longer needing to be in a race. When we all start feeling complete and connected with everybody else, whatever emerges is what will emerge out of genuine care for the humans and planet. And that is the race to conscious grid scenario. And the going with the flow part of this is because I'm opening the workshop tomorrow with 1 hour discussion around how I modeled the race to conscious grid. That's what sets up the workshop tomorrow. That if we have to really work towards achieving all these sustainable goals and using AI consciously towards achieving the SDGs, we have to realize the race to conscious grid. And as I've talked about in this series, the path that India is on with India's AI mission is the basic building blocks for what shared infrastructure would represent. And of course, then we have to use this infrastructure with intentions and choices in the present moment. So that's the intent layer which would achieve the shared prosperity. However, the basic building blocks in terms of infrastructure are coming together. That is what I intend to cover in the workshop tomorrow. So that is why I feel going with the flow is working. Today's dose of Rashmi is very aligned with what I'm preparing in terms of delivering a talk to open the workshop tomorrow. Thank you.